Welcome to Two Jews Making Food.
AKA TJMF.
I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Amy.
And today we have two very special guests.
First time ever we have somebody else cooking for us.
Yay.
And we're not the ones cooking.
Yay.
So let's go into the kitchen and we can introduce Kai and Alexis from Lil Birdie in Sag Harbor.
Hi
Hi.
guys,
Just
welcome.
Lil Birdie.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you so much for having us on the show. We're
Thank you.
so
Oh,
excited
to
to
have
be
you.
here.
We're really excited to be here.
I can't wait. After eating at your restaurant, I'm very excited to see what you are going to
Me
be
too.
preparing for us today because it was awesome when we were there, and I can't even imagine what you're going to
And
make
I like
here.
to point out for you, because I know people get confused, although the name is Lil Birdie, you don't just serve chicken. You also have like 70% vegan.
Yeah,
Right? So
that is very true. But today we're going to be doing something that is completely
totally
different.
Oh yeah,
Awesome.
because you are also two Jews.
We are
in
also
fact,
two
This is
Jews.
funny because I went into the restaurant one night and I'd met them before, but they were like, "Hey!" and they had just read an article about us.
We thought the article was
They
about
thought it
us.
was about them.
We saw it at Sag Harbor Express, two Jews making food, and we were like, what did they say about
I was
us?
like, "Why are we suddenly women?"
They
And
read the article and they're like, those are not our names.
That's not
awkward.
us.
I can't. I think we know that Amy girl. That's when I went in. So they told me about that, which that was funny, and that's where this came from. Like, oh well, let's do 4 Jews making food.
And here we are.
Yeah, and here we are.
It's really still 2 Jews, but it's like 2 other Jews making food, and then 2 Jews drinking.
2 Jews
Yeah.
drinking cocktails while 2 other Jews make
food.
Exactly,
So-
and talk
And
to
drink.
us.
And
It's,
us.
it's important.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is nice. So yeah,
Where
take
are
it
we
away,
gonna
So
start?
fellas.
what we are going to do today, which is totally different than what we do at the restaurant, I think. Today we're going to do a dish that is very close to and very dear to my family. It's Tadig, or I would say cello Tadig, which cello is the steamed rice. Tadig is the crispy bottom. So we're going to be doing the crispy bottom, or the crispy bottom rice.
All the
yeah.
things you're saying I love.
which
Very
is
excited.
a Persian Jewish
Well, I was going
dish.
to ask. So Persian.
Yeah.
So your family is Persian Jewish.
My family is Persian Jewish. Yes, we are Middle Eastern Jews, and the crispy rice is something that we've been having since I was a kid. And my mom actually makes a point of making only tadig, which is the crispy part, for us to have. We don't even care about the rice itself. It's all about
That's
the
like just
crispy.
the top.
It's all about the crispy
It's like
bits.
the top of the muffin. Everybody only wants the top of the
Yes.
muffin. Everybody only wants the crispy rice.
So we're going to do that.
I've never had this, and I'm so excited.
And along
never had it either.
and along with that, Kai is going to be making cocktails.
Yeah, we're going to be doing 2 different kinds of cocktails.
I was going to say not just one cocktail, there's 2.
2.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, we figured if we're going to,
Go
do
big or go
something,
Maybe
we might as
more.
well.
Well, nah.
We're
As
going
we
to
get
be camping
inspired.
out at LTV for a
But
couple
we will,
hours.
yeah, exactly.
While
That
we
was the
sober
plan.
up.
This is a few hours, right?
We're gonna have to sober up.
So we're going to actually start off with a traditional Middle Eastern liqueur, which is going to be called arak. It's made from anise seed.
Oh boy.
Yeah, just a little bit.
When I was growing up, we used to go every Sunday to this Lebanese restaurant, and my grandfather would order an arak. And I didn't like it when I was a kid because licorice, you know?
Yeah. I like it.
Not the alcohol part.
But now I love it. And
And it probably reminds you of your childhood, which is very sweet.
well,
Yeah.
no, yeah. I mean, arak itself reminds me.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's actually really interesting because this is traditionally, it comes from a region where it's predominantly Muslim, but obviously they don't drink, right? So there's a lot of different theories about
Are you making
why.
us drink this straight up?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Straight up now,
So
tell me.
you could actually put a little bit of cold water in it.
As well.
Dilute
So will
it.
this
Diluted.
turn white?
It will
jump.
turn. It will
Yeah,
turn
yeah.
cloudy.
Put water in it. Let's see what it does.
I feel like Kai knows
for it.
that I'm really like.
Go.
I think he knows
Just
I'm a
grab it from the
lightweight
top.
because he's given me a shot.
Oh,
at
it
Lil Birdie
doesn't really
before.
dilute it very much. Well, I mean, it
No, no,
dilutes
no.
it enough for you to sip on it, but
I just want to see what it does.
I have to shoot this.
it's very.
Poor Amy.
I mean, it's
I'm
so
actually-
little.
I believe you. I really don't drink a lot of this stuff because I do not like licorice based
Oh!
I don't either.
Look what it does. It
See how
does.
it got
It's cloudy
cloudy?
and it got like a little blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
So it's just like pastis and just like
It
sambuca.
looks like something else that's a bit creepy, and now we've learned that we can swear and be weird on this show. I'm not going to say what it is
But only on this.
because it's a family show, but I'm going to drink it anyway.
Cheers.
Cheers
Cheers.
Like
to this weird.
Cheers.
mucky water.
Time.
Yeah, exactly. the time.
Exactly, mucky
Like
water.
mucky water.
Oh God, here it goes.
Oh, and with the water, it makes it even like a little
Sweet.
smoother. Yeah, that's delicious. Oh, it's flowery. Well, that's nice. That's so
If
nice.
you think so.
It is.
Oh, Amy.
Okay, so I know that all of you guys at home can find
That doesn't bode well, huh?
the recipe for the rice dish online. So I'm just going to talk. I'm going to talk through a few steps.
Thank you.
First thing we're going to do is a pot of salted boiling water.
Now, what kind of rice are you using?
I'm using basmati rice. Basmati rice is a long grain rice. It's very floral, and it works. I mean, it's what's used traditionally for this. So, and if you use short grain rice, it has a little too much starch in it, and so that's not. You really want like the separate grains. So before we start, we're gonna take
You're gonna
however
put that
much
bowl
rice.
on your head.
We're gonna, this can also be a hat.
Bang it.
You can keep the aliens
So
out.
we take our rice. It's 1 cup of rice, and we are going to rinse it in cold water until the water runs clear. We're doing that to basically take out the starch. And then what you would want to do, and what the recipe calls for, is to soak the rice for a half hour up to 6 hours, depending on the quality of your rice.
Sure.
Do you know why we soak the rice?
No.
Because water is a conductor of heat, and so by soaking the rice, it is going to cook at a more even rate and not be overcooked on the outside and dryish in the middle, right? So
Alexis is the Rebecca of the show. 'Cause she's always pulling out sciencey stuff, and I'm
I
like,
love
what?
I love the science
Not to
of
say you're not,
food. I
you're
love the
sciencey.
science of food, but that's why I also
he's
like
got all the
bartending.
science. He's got all the science.
I could tell you both are smart.
So what we're doing right now is we're going to boil
It's the ish that counts.
the rice until it's cooked. So I'd say about 5 to 6 minutes, and then we're going to strain it and cool it down, and then we're going to build our tadig. Now, do you guys know what tadig means?
No.
I referred to it a little bit at the beginning, but tadig literally means bottom of the pot.
Where all the good stuff
best
lives.
part.
Where all the good stuff lives, right? And there are different variations of it. What we are going to do is one of my favorite variations, which is not what my mom does, but I'm going to use yogurt in it. We're going to mix it with yogurt saffron,
Ooh,
and the yogurt gives it a little bit of a tanginess
yeah.
that I really, really enjoy. The saffron gives it sort of this very earthy flavor. I mean, saffron is one of my favorite things.
I'm gonna need it to soak up his
So
booze.
you're high maintenance. You have to go around and pick out the.
I pick out every thread, yeah,
High maintenance.
with my teeth.
There you go.
My dad has, my dad has a
There you
hat
go.
and a shirt that says high maintenance. With
Yeah,
in
that's
Hebrew.
a good one.
In Hebrew, yeah.
Your
You're
father.
welcome.
I mean,
You're welcome.
That would be
High
a
is
great
life
one.
in-
I know. Listen, I know a little bit about you.
Well, I mean, you've been we've gone to you for
Yes.
help in some of these.
Yeah, full disclosure, like the episode, if you guys watched last week's
Last
episode,
2 weeks,
episode number 9, we kept referring to our advisors. And
Which we weren't sure how to feel about that because the advisors in that story didn't fare too well with their story. So there was a little back and
pick up on
you
that.
didn't pick up on that. Well, as soon as she said it, I
You
was
just
like,
thought it was nice. You're like,
all right,
no.
so
I was
they're
like,
hating
ooh, the
us after
advisors.
this,
You're like, the advisor dies.
it was
yeah, that was
it
the
was
best
the Purim
story.
story. But Mordecai doesn't die, and he was the Jew, so you guys are good.
No, you're from Israel?
My parents are from Israel.
From
Yeah,
Israel.
so
Very
I grew up actually in Sag Harbor.
Okay, so you're from the area, hence the little birdie in Sag Harbor. Yeah.
Actually, no, that was just by happenstance. Alexis moved back out here about 2 years ago to Southampton, and actually kind of came up with the whole idea, and then asked me if I wanted to hop in on it. And we ended up the space that we actually ended up finding just happened to be in Sag Harbor.
Yeah, it was just by choice. I mean, it just happened to be that way, and it was great. And it was great for him to be in his hometown, and it's a space that works great for us.
It's a lovely space.
It's
and
the old
lovely
Sag
food.
Harbor Baking Company
It
spot,
is.
right?
Yeah.
It
It's
is.
the Jack Stir Brew.
It is. And now going back to Tadig. Do you guys know the history behind Tadig, where it originated?
No.
But I want to.
I want to as well.
Oh, I was actually hoping you guys would.
You sounded really interested
Wait,
in that.
were
I
we-
was-
Yeah,
Do you know
I did not know.
I
It might
No.
be in that 100
So
most Jewish food book back there.
so actually, there are very many different stories. Scholars maintain that the origin has been lost long, long ago.
As
is.
with most Jewish things, right?
Yeah, right.
Literally everything. It's like, well, it was lost at some point.
Your mom
Yeah.
says that's the way. That's
Tadig
the
means
way.
yeah, exactly.
Tadig means
No,
we don't know.
I was going to say something, so not okay. But
No, it's fine.
one of the stories is that they used oil at the bottom of their pan to scrape up all of the little bits of rice that would burn at the bottom, so that there was so you could have every little bit
It's like stone
of
soup.
it. No, stone soup is very different.
In
You mean like the
essence.
book you're talking about?
Nah, yeah.
I
no,
went
we're-
to the
no,
The
we're-
soup of stone.
The soup of stones.
The soup of stones. No, like the
That's-
story,
the
the
story.
like the
That's a
story
different
behind the
show.
stone
Yeah,
soup.
yeah.
That's a different show.
So while this is
We'll come back to
boiling,
that.
while this is boiling, I think this is the right time for Kai to start.
Yeah.
You should
telling us about his-
facial while you're doing
I get
that.
facials.
Clear up-
Yeah.
I get
clear up
facials
your
every
pores.
day.
That's why you have such
every
a
day.
lovely
I get
skin.
facials.
At work.
We'll do at least
At
one.
work, I get facials.
One right now. So we decided to do a few cocktails. Well, we decided to do 2 different cocktails.
Oh, so the shot was just for.
That was just
Fun.
to start us
No,
off.
no, it was just started off. This is a gradual thing. We
It's
work
like
our
an
way.
amuse
You know,
bouche.
exactly.
Yeah.
We don't want to just slam you. And that was like a quarter of a shot.
Oh my
It's gonna be
God.
okay. We're gonna make it.
Definitely
so
gonna
for
need an hour or
this-
2 to sober up.
That's okay. We got time.
Okay, there's gonna be food.
Yeah,
Right,
we're
I'll be-
we're gonna.
Yes,
we're gonna have a party.
Amy, you're going to be
Yes.
okay.
We're just gonna do something really simple. This is gonna be a Kir Royale variant essentially. So there's gonna be we're gonna use bubbles. We're gonna be using pomegranate liquor, and we're gonna be using arak. Because pomegranate
Wait,
is
the stuff we just took a shot of.
yes, we'll be using
How
a little bit.
unusual.
Yeah, just a little bit.
That
top
feels
it off.
very
It's not unusual.
no, but
Be
it
loved by.
anyone. Sometimes we break into songs. Sorry.
Um,
It seems like that flavor profile of the Arak doesn't, to me, wouldn't go well with pomegranate. I mean, I'm going to be pleasantly
Oh, I'm
surprised.
sure it goes really
sure.
well.
it is. It's those are both pretty like traditional,
Pomegranate and licorice flavor.
not necessarily together necessarily, but you know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Together.
I'm excited. It's like a science experiment.
To me, it sounds like it would work well
I'm
together.
terrified,
I'm excited.
but I like your cute little.
But see, I
Cups.
think that this is also the difference between like Eastern European cooking and like Middle Eastern cooking. That the flavors, which is both in Jewish cooking, and that you can have dishes that, while it follows under the same umbrella, are totally different.
I mean, Sephardic cuisine, which has in itself is also regional because you've got Sephardic cuisine from Spain.
Yep.
You've got Sephardic cuisine from North Africa, which is similar to what they have in Spain. You also have Middle East and other parts, just like Ashkenazi cuisine. It's also regional, but that's the beauty of Jewish food. It doesn't have to be one thing.
I don't think people realize that.
But most
People
people
don't.
associate
It's so
Jewish
diverse.
cooking as Ashkenazi.
Ashkenazi.
Oh, absolutely. Well, they assume
Absolutely.
they put it with the culture more than the
Yeah.
region. I think for that specifically.
Well, and that's the thing about Judaism too, is that it's not just a religion; it's so
No.
much a culture. And you don't. And a lot of Jews aren't religious. I mean,
yeah.
not to get
But also
personal, but
the-
we're not. I'm not religious,
The
but,
Jews have
but I
been
love
moved
the
around
culture.
from so many places that
Everywhere's home.
exactly everywhere's home, but they've embodied all of the food and they've taken it and made it their own, which is I think what's so fascinating about the history is that literally the history of food is kind of the history of Jewish food. It kind of comes from everywhere.
Yeah, it comes from everywhere. Well, the history of Jewish food is the same as the history of food.
Yes, it's the
regionally
same.
comes from everywhere.
Yes.
And
But
that's
I'm Sephardic, so but my mom's side of the family is Sephardic on her mom's side, and then the other side is Ashkenazi. So we do have very different. Like my mom's like, oh, we used to have rice and beans on like a Friday night for Shabbat, and most people don't associate that at all. She always
with
talks
Jewish
about,
food. Oh no, I
Yes.
agree, and I grew up with lots of rice dishes
Yeah.
because
So did
we
my
come
mom.
from
Yeah,
Middle
same.
Eastern
I am
family.
100% Ashkenazi, so I did not.
Yeah,
Yeah, rice
I didn't
and
even
beans.
know that like for Passover, Sephardic Jews can have beans because Ashkenazi can't have legumes, but the
but I
Sephardic
can.
really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
And rice
I
as
didn't
well.
know that either.
Yes, Ashkenazi cannot have beans, can't have rice.
But my great grandmother
Passover, yeah.
made black beans that my mom often talks
We can't
about.
have legumes. I don't know why.
That is-
If I were more religious, maybe I'd know.
Maybe you'd know.
We're not
How's
two
our rice?
Jews
How's
talking
our
the
rice?
history of Judaism.
rice
We're
is
two Jews
working.
making-
Love it.
Good.
No, that's for the next one. That's really interesting. I never heard of that before. Although I didn't.
I didn't eat until later in life.
Yeah, we didn't do a lot of.
Until we
things
did this
traditional.
show, did it come
Yeah,
to life?
now we all know.
Got to discover
Now
all this
now we
great
look things
stuff.
up like what is Purim? No, just kidding.
Well, we do
knew
look
that
at
during the show. You-
yes, they now see how we roll. That we're like, let's look this up during the show, or we'll read the book right before and be like,
That's part of
oh,
the charm.
Yeah.
But I think that for a lot of
Watch out, this
Jews,
is red.
you do. It's like if you've been to like Hebrew school or any of that kind of stuff, it's like you can kind of remember some of these things. There's a lot of holidays. There's a lot going on,
Yeah, there's definitely a lot going on.
and you want to
This whole
celebrate it
religion
all.
based around it, and it's like
It's almost like a side note.
oh yeah, every so often there's these holidays and things that you have to get to know. All right, so we're just gonna
Oh, look how pretty that is.
do. Yeah, we're just
That
gonna do
is
this a little
beautiful.
topper.
That color is so.
That is
incredible.
beautiful.
So this is not some sort of like traditional cocktail in any sense of the word. It's just
Sort of
we
looks
thought
like-
these
It
flavors.
does.
Sort of looks like
You should call
saffron.
this like the Saffron Royale.
We thought
Except
these
no
flavors would
People
go
would drink
well.
it and be like, "That's not what that is."
This is not saffron.
It's not saffron at all.
No.
I'm so excited.
But that
And
smells delicious.
put some little pansies on too.
See, now we had a recent
Calling it
episode
pansy.
where I wanted edible flowers in and I could not find any.
No.
Why you have a garden?
Good for you. Oh my God.
Stop. Yes.
I'm taking a picture during the show
During
because
the
this is just
show.
too good.
You know what? If I had my phone, I'd selfie.
There you go.
Don't you hate when people say they took a selfie, but it really was somebody else taking a picture? They're like, no, a selfie means you take it of yourself. I'm a real stickler for this.
Clearly, this is an issue in your life that it is not just
By
here.
definition, a
This is,
selfie means you do it yourself.
Well, now we're also.
I am not taking a selfie right now. I am
as
taking
Jews,
a
we're known
photo.
to not let the little stuff bother
We're
us,
cold.
right?
So, yeah. No.
Anyway, how are you doing over there? We're
Oh, am I
gonna
right? I'm facialing
How you doing?
myself.
because we do have to. We're gonna get to the Yiddish lesson, but I'm gonna let you tell me when you want to do that.
All right.
We're gonna do it
So-
soon.
Soon, okay. Oh my God, this is so pretty.
We're gonna do it in 2 minutes.
And as we always say,
my
you
God.
have to finish your drink. So cheers.
Oh my God.
Chaim.
L'chaim.
Sure.
Oh. To life.
Ooh, that is really good.
Did it work or no?
It's like surprisingly good.
It does work.
Yeah?
And it,
You know what? That
you can say
licorice-
no just because we're doing
it
this. It's
does. It really
okay.
does.
That licorice taste is almost mellowed out by the sweetness
Yeah.
of the
Right.
champagne.
It
Or
really
the-
cut it
Very
down.
floral.
What is
Very
it?
floral.
Sparkling wine or
Prosecco.
whatever. Prosecco. Thank you. Ooh, that's delicious.
There you go.
So it's
really good.
prosecco
It's
and
prosecco, a pomegranate liqueur. You can use any kind of one, or you can make a syrup if you want. It's really up to you. And then arak.
which that's what I would do.
Yeah,
just
I
go
was
to
thinking
town.
about making. The only reason that we ended up finding using the liqueur is because as I was finding the arak,
Find it.
it happened to be
Yeah.
there.
See, I go to the store. I'm like, I can't find it. Forget it. I'll just make it at home.
Otherwise, it would
Very
be.
good.
And it's actually so pomegranate is something it's something that's used a lot in Israel. It's something that's produced in Israel. And I don't know if you guys actually knew this about the seeds of there, but supposedly there's 613 seeds in a pomegranate.
Is that a
Because-
lucky number?
What?
No, because that's what the 613 mitzvot in Judaism.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So that's
See,
there's an association.
What I
between
love about
We have real
the
Jews in
cooking,
here.
Yeah, God, you love it. But what I love about like Jewish cooking is that it all means something.
Of course.
There's a
very,
reason
Very
yeah.
rarely are you ever eating or drinking or celebrating anything that doesn't have an underlying story or like a little bit of info,
not, you'll make one up.
something mysterious, or you make it up.
Exactly.
Yeah, or you make it up.
Part of the beauty.
You find a reason for something.
Exactly.
Yes, but it always can work itself back in. That's what's so fun about it.
It is.
Do the rice.
So,
The rice.
Do
like I
the
said,
rice.
cooking the rice takes only 5 minutes, and then it's another 7
You're
minutes
not a
in the
liar.
thing.
You did it.
So what I'm going to have you guys
Thank
do,
God it's only 7 minutes because we're running out of time.
what I'm going to have you guys do is
It's actually an hour-long special. Okay.
coat these
long as we
pans with the butter.
Ooh.
And then while they do that, Kai, I'm going to give you
to see if
this.
we can.
You're going to, with the parboiled rice, you're going to add the saffron and the yogurt. So because I am lactose intolerant, you like a good amount.
Lactose intolerant.
Because I'm lactose intolerant, I'm using non-dairy butter, and I made my own
You're so
yogurt for this. So just pour it all in,
So you're putting that.
and then you can just mix it all up. And then for you guys at home, what I just did here is delegate work.
Nice.
So now you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
just
we
sit
did-
back and drink your
Normally,
drink.
normally with the cooking process, I don't do much. So this comes as a complete surprise to me that he
I'm
asked
Yeah,
me to do anything.
that was
Yeah,
the
yeah,
whole
yeah.
point.
My
Now-
job is to
I'm out of
drink.
here. I'm out of here. So while we're doing this, should we take it to Southern California for the Yiddish lesson of the day?
Absolutely.
All right, let's do it.
Hello,
We're together.
we're
Hello.
together.
Yes, we are, and we're glad to have Amy here.
So this is our first Yiddish lesson of the day where I'm actually in the same room with you.
Exactly.
What a delight. Cheers, Mom.
Chin chin.
Cheers, cheers, cheers.
L'chaim.
L'chaim,
L'chaim.
which is just another word.
That's another word, Dad. I'm gonna sneeze, but what's the Yiddish lesson of the day?
The Yiddish lesson of the day is mishpucha.
It's a good one. I'm good.
Spelled,
Mishpucha.
yeah, spelled Mishpocheh or Meshpocheh. Take your pick.
Well, you're never gonna need to spell it.
No.
You never know.
I did have to spell it
it
once.
may
Actually,
be
I
on
looked it
a,
up.
it may be on a Yiddish crossword puzzle.
It might be.
Who knows?
It might be.
You never know.
All right, so what does it mean?
It means, in the broad sense, it means family or clan. relatives far, near, remote, and numerous, ancestors, lineage, all inclusive. Mishpacha, the whole mishpacha.
And also, like, really anybody who's Jewish.
Anybody who's
Like, you're my mishpacha.
And here we are.
This is our mishpacha. Yeah, I'm here with my mishpacha.
this is your mishpacha.
At least some of my mishpacha.
Some of your mishpacha.
Yeah. I love that word, mishpacha.
Yeah.
A lot of people use it, even non-Jews, which is great, you know. I love when non-Jews use Yiddish.
Well, here we go. Just to carry on what you just said. All Jews are mishpacha.
And
Means
mishpacha.
that all Israel is one family. The intense feeling of a common heritage, common obligations, common values has led the state of Israel to accept without exception Jewish immigrants of the widest, sharpest cultural differences. That's mishpacha.
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 Really, it's just like family and extended family
Yes.
and extended friends,
The whole-
generally who are Jewish, but honestly, like the whole mishpacha. But people use it even when they're not Jewish. Like they refer to their group of friends and their family as their mishpacha.
And sometimes they even pronounce
Well,
it
they're
correctly.
not allowed to.
And sometimes they pronounce it correctly.
Even,
The non-Jews.
Sometimes.
Mishpacha.
Mishpacha.
Don't spit.
That's in
Don't
Brooklyn.
spit. Mishpacha.
That's in
Okay.
Brooklyn.
So we're mishugana mishpacha.
Okay.
Crazy family. All right, just say stop. Dinner's coming. We gotta go. All right. Well, this is good. We're today's episode is with Kai and Alexis from Birdie in Sag Harbor, and they're our mishpacha because they're Jews. But even if they weren't, we love them. So we've got the mishpacha together for the show, and I've got my mishpacha here, and I love you guys.
Love you too.
Back to you guys.
Mishpucha. And then
So
mishpucha.
yeah, mishpacha is Yiddish for family and even extended family like friends. But we've just learned that actually, and is often the case with Yiddish, derives from Hebrew,
So the accent is
Vice versa.
vice versa.
so it's
Sorry, vice versa.
mishpucha.
Mishpucha.
The end
Yeah.
is up instead of mishpucha.
Mishpucha
would be the
in
Israel.
Hebrew.
Hebrew.
For family.
Yes.
And as you mentioned, for the Hawaiians out there, it's Ohana. Momoa.
You know, because of Momoa,
Yeah,
we want to make sure
exactly.
we are
He's headless
inclusive
Momoa
of
right now,
everyone.
but yes, he would say Ohana.
I'm so
family.
pumped
But
up
yes,
about this rice.
So you are our mishpacha because you're our family
Yeah.
as Jews, but also people and nice fellas. You're just nice fellas.
We're all femme.
You don't get to choose your family. Sorry.
We get to choose some.
Well, yeah, that's true.
You're
wife.
part of it now.
Or your husband.
Your husband.
So
Yeah.
what's going on now, fellas?
All right, so we just had we put a cover on our rice, put it in the oven.
So we covered it in butter.
We coated the pan, the nonstick pan, in butter.
Or in
We
your
added
case, plant-based
yes, plant-based butter for me. We also mixed the rice with the saffron and the non-dairy yogurt.
So excited.
We put it in the pan, put a
applause.
lid on it, put it in the oven to steam a little bit. And now that it's been 5 minutes that it's been in the oven, we're putting it on the stovetop and letting it go at medium heat,
How long do you need on that?
like 3 minutes.
All right, cool. Let's do the last cocktail then.
Sweet.
Cocktail.
Well, just enough time to taste it.
I'll drink this cocktail
Exactly.
while you're making
And then I'm
that.
going to go
Yeah,
sit in
we'll
the corner
multitask.
and just eat it by
So
myself.
for this cocktail, what we're going to be doing is something called Blue Moon, which has its origins in about 1910s, 1920s from New York, from a Russian Jew named Joel Ronaldo.
Really, a Russian Jew is using gin.
Yes.
And his last name was
Love it.
Ronaldo.
Yeah, there was, granted, a lot of this is hearsay because as with cocktail history, it's not always clear and concise. Some people may recognize this as very similar to a drink called an aviation, which also came about from that time. Using,
It's called the Blue Moon.
yeah, the Blue Moon, because this one doesn't use maraschino liqueur or Luxardo, whichever one. But it does
Creme de
use,
violette.
exactly, it uses creme de violette,
Very fancy.
gin, and lemon juice.
Well, we're fancy
It's gonna be really
girls,
simple.
so
Yeah, it's
You're
going to be a fancy
especially
drink.
fancy.
So this
Fancy.
one-
You are fancy.
He treats me fancy.
Everybody knows.
at the restaurant. Fancy.
From LA to Tokyo.
All of those things, Amy. All of those things.
Oh, yes.
And the reason we ended up using this is because there's actually not a lot of Israeli cocktails. I mean, the cocktail scene as it is now is obviously, and it's relatively new, I would say, comparatively, and especially in Israel. My sister actually works so I asked her for a few recipes, and she had some that she sent me from like different bars, but it's a lot of just variations of stuff. So I don't think they've quite come up in their in the life of cocktails there yet. But I'm sure they're
getting
on their way.
base. They're getting their base of
I wouldn't
cocktails.
doubt it without a second from what she was telling me.
But are there new originals being made?
I mean,
No, like original cocktails. Everything's a variation.
exactly.
That's even true of food.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
everything's
Well-
a variation on.
I'm an original on everything I make.
But it's a variation with your twist.
No, they're variations of what I make.
Yeah. Don't even start with
Don't even start with this. Yeah.
You're right,
I'll tell
you're
you from
right.
experience. It's not worth
But
it.
look at his Tadig.
What
I
you're
hear what
saying
you're
makes
saying, and
sense,
you're right.
but
No, I support you.
Yeah, thank you.
Respect.
I'm of the same mind. I'm
His
like,
Tadig
I
is
made
looking,
it.
it's
I
bubbling.
can't wait. There's so many things happening. I can't wait.
And we really need some food because, Kai has got us quite liquored up.
what do you mean? We've only had 2 drinks. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, only 2 drinks.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Winky wink.
There haven't been any off screen whatsoever.
Yeah, definitely none.
All right.
Yeah, that was
so
odd that there were
because
none. Blue moon.
this is the blue moon, and because of the creme de violet,
Look
you get
how
this
pretty.
beautiful.
So it's really a violet moon.
Yeah. Well, it depends. Some people
Sure,
use
Amy, if you
carousel
want to
now.
break
See,
it down.
that
don't
looks
use
blue
the
to me.
Violet, you're turning violet. Violet.
See, I think blue curacao is
But I don't like the
disgusting.
taste of
Bad.
pure
Oh,
blue
terrible,
curacao, so
terrible.
I would not
No,
use
this
it.
I think it's a sick maker.
It might be a sick maker. How come
mean,
you only
use
made ones
this?
for us and not you?
I don't know.
How's
We'll
it
just
going
drink
over
straight
there?
out.
Why do you not make? Well, I'm just waiting.
Is it good?
This is
Apparently,
doing its
you
thing.
get treated well enough all the time.
Rebecca
you
and I
get
can
nothing.
share one, and you guys can share one.
Why don't we do that?
Let's
There
do
you
that.
go.
Are you cool with that?
Over there, the 2
We're
other
COVID free.
glasses.
I think they're
This
trying to
show
get out
is
of
not
drinking.
going awry at all. Perfect.
Oh, they're trying to get out of drinking.
Yeah, they're trying to. This is.
But we're trying to get
I
in.
am never
Yeah.
getting out of
No,
the cocktail.
no.
All right, ladies.
If y'all
Just
noticed,
Amy.
leading up to this, we were already drinking it.
We can
so.
hold it together.
Aw.
Oh god.
L'chaim.
Oh, l'chaim.
Fine.
Ooh, you guys have a little. What is that called?
This is TJMF.
Oh, that's so cute. Where?
Where did you guys have that made?
We don't miss a trick, fellas.
Yeah,
We
seriously.
don't. We're right
when
on
I'm
top
holding
of
this
that.
for you,
That
let's
is
hear.
that is really delicious.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
I'm
the
acting
lemon.
surprised, but we were literally drinking it the whole show.
I know.
But it is really
You're like,
delicious.
"Ooh, what is this? And
Yeah.
the last
What
20
is
minutes
this
has been in
cocktail
front
I've
of
been
you.
Because you made a fresh one, and it's extra delicious.
Well, I have
So-
to say that the twist of the lemon, when you go to
Makes
drink
it-
it,
makes a
it
difference.
smells so
Well, that's the
good.
idea
So
of Friday
fancy flippy
Express.
over there. That's the technical term.
Oh,
No.
get fancy
Fancy
flippy.
flippy.
No, there's no fancy
When you're
flippy.
expressing
Oh, it was
any
fancy
sort
flippy.
of any rind or anything like that, that's why you squeeze it like that, because it's all about the perfume,
Did
the
you
actual
like
aromatics.
fold it? Is that what you did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I express, I've had
Love it.
How's that
people
going?
have
Think we'll be
various
ready?
techniques.
It's gone. It'll be ready.
It'll be what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Ready.
We're out of time, but it's okay. We got like
Oh,
we got like
no.
a minute.
Okay.
Minute and a
Well,
half.
because we have a minute, I don't know if it will be.
John's starting to worry.
Okay. Well, you guys understand
Do we look worried?
the concept.
I know. We don't care. We're hungry.
I know. I just wanted it to be crispy on the top.
I know.
Well, for all of you at home watching,
Normally
they
it
will.
would be crispy on top.
Normally, it would be crispy on top.
Oh, but here's the big moment.
Well, so here's what you do. So
and
you take
excited.
it, you put a plate on top, right? And then you
Shake it real hard.
shake it real hard.
Shake it like
Shake
it's hot.
it, shake it like a
it's
Polaroid
hot.
picture.
And here we have a little bit of crust.
Very
Come on, you can
beautiful.
see the
There's a
saffron.
little bit of crust.
It's very
Yes.
beautiful.
Oh my gosh, that
So-
looks delicious.
If we had another 3 minutes, it would be crispy on top.
Wow.
It's beautiful.
It's really beautiful.
Saffron rice and the little pieces of saffron in it are really, they're beautiful.
But I'm
We're
sure.
gonna eat it. Oh.
No, it's not crispy.
Well, you can.
But you can try
What,
it.
do you want to put it back on there? I just like burped a little bit from your drink. You can throw it back on there, and then we'll eat it crispy.
You can
after
really
the
do
show.
whatever you want now that you know that it's.
We can do that.
Again?
We can do that.
But we have to go. They're gonna cut us off because
We can do that. Well, for all of you guys at home, another
we're
3
gonna throw it
minutes.
back on because we're
we'll
gonna
do a
get
two
a
Jews
little bit
digesting
crispier.
food when we eat that, and we'll put it on social
Yeah,
media.
two Jews
We
digesting
do that.
food. That's a good
right.
one.
So thank you for joining us for Two Jews Making Food. I'm Amy.
And I'm Rebecca.
And this is Kai and Alexis of Little Birdie and Sag Harbor.
Oh,
you
they've
for
been
having
such
us on
lovely
once again.
guests.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, thank you.
And,
Thank
we'll
you
see
guys so much for
we'll
having
see you next
us.
time for more schmaltz and shtick and Tadig.
What's schmaltz and shtick?
schmaltz? Oh my God.
No, I know what schmaltz, but what is?
Shtick. It's like the shtick. Like we're just.
It's
having-
like
this
what
is
all
like
the
the
You know what a
chicks
stick
do.
is?
Oh, it's like
Anyway,
their
cheers.
shtick.
L'chaim.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so
Goodbye.
much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.